Good evening, folks. Southern Magic back with a legacy deck. We're kind of keeping that theme running with the ALL tournaments going on nearby and kind of local legacy popping off. So figured we'd try a deck. I'm relatively new to legacy, so I've begged our wonderful Josh the intern to come show me one of his favorite decks, and I'll kind of let him uh, take the floor and kind of explain things as I scribble some notes.
Sure. So essentially, if you were to look at Death and Taxes on paper, and let's say you don't really know a whole lot about Legacy, or you know very little about Legacy, you would see this deck, and you would say, okay, it's a creature beatdown deck. And while you're not wrong, because it is definitely a fair deck in the sense like you win by combat damage, you don't really win through anything else. But I'd like to think of Death and Taxes as more of a creature prison slash control deck. A lot of your games that we're going to play, we're going to win by just outlasting our opponent. And the reason for that is hopefully in this league we'll get to see it. When you decks like Death Shadow and decks like Delver, they're good into the game, but up until the point. When you start to get to the late game, that's when they typically struggle. And decks like Death and Taxes typically have the advantage in that matchup, in those matchups, because they have so much redundancy and they're really good in the mid to late game. Now, what you guys might notice is this is 60 card Death and Taxes. If you were to go on MTG Goldfish or MTG Top 8 or just look up the Legacy meta, I would say about 80 to 90% of all the Death and Taxes list right now, mine included, are Yorion builds. And Yorion builds are more of a mid-range deck where you have so many creatures, they all do the same thing. So you can kind of get away with throwing away a creature. Or your spells they don't matter as much because you have so many cards and you have so many ETB effects where it doesn't matter. 60 card Death and Taxes, you have to play a lot tighter. You have to use your Wastelands and your Rashadan Ports sparingly. Rashadan Port, I think, will be an all star today, especially in 60 card Death and Taxes, because we'll see it a lot. Um, and overall, this deck is just really tight. It's a creature control deck. Mother of Runes is it is my favorite Magic card of all time. If you can get that card to stick and play, your Thalias will never die. Your Stoneforge Mystic will not die. Your opposition agent will not die, and if it does die, they have to like 2 or 3 for one themselves to do so. The only thing I'm interested in with this list is most lists run Skyclave Apparition. This list does not, at least not that I can see. So I'm curious to see how that'll work. And the last thing I'll say is, if you guys can see it, there's a Samwise in the deck, right between the Lion Sash and the Stoneforge Mystic. I'm really interested to see how that card will fare in this deck. I know a lot of people have already started to integrate it in their 80 card Yorion Death and Taxes. So I'm really interested to see how it plays out in the 60 card version. And hopefully it does a very good job. And I go ahead and I sleeve one up myself after this.
Yeah, this particular list, Skyclave, I think is quite good, but since it's kind of turned into Magic the Bowmastering, um, I figure us having access to our own Bowmasters will do a relatively similar impression.
Sure.
We'll see if I eat crow on that later. If we get like merit aged
Sure.
the flowway or something.
Bowmasters. The best part about Bowmasters is yes, you do punish cantrip spells and brainstorm and the like, but unironically, the best answer to Bowmasters in Magic is another Bowmasters. So we'll get into a spot where our opponent might pick off our Thalia, and the best recourse is just pick off their Bowmasters. That's a pattern that a lot of players are doing, and Bowmasters is just a really good on rate card. That's not really a hot take at this point in time, but it's just a really good on rate card, and so it does a lot of heavy lifting on its own a lot of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. We're waiting on the rental service to go through, and then we'll jump in and hopefully look at a sideboard and hopefully run into lots of familiar matchups. But Deafening Silence, I feel like pretty standard at this point for like the way to answer Storm.
Yeah, it's good against Storm. It's good against Reanimator. It slows them down because Reanimator kind of likes to do this thing where they kind of storm off, where like they get their dummy in play, and then they storm off, or they faithless looting, play Lotus Petal, then reanimate. So it's good against that as well. But yes, you are correct. Like Storm, and the like, just the unfair strategies. It's really good against those. Oh, it's great against Rhinos also.
That makes sense.
Playing that down against Rhinos. Yeah, so that's a big reason to have that in the board. Kataki seems great. I'm with you. I don't care how we do it. I just want to resolve the Palantir of Orthanc so we can get jiggy
Yeah.
with that card because that card rocks.
So
For
this
those
card
of you
has
who
a
don't know what it is.
absolute mountain of text. But the idea is you put a counter on in Scry 2, right? That's going to happen regardless every end step. But then you give opponent a choice, which is normally like a browbeat effect. Here it definitely is. They can let you draw, or if they don't, you mill cards equal to the number of counters, and they lose life equal to the total mana value of those cards. So
You will
we're
find
certainly
mine.
pushing the mana value here a little bit in this build. We're pretty full at 3s. We even go up to 7 with like Cauldron Complete. So milling a couple cards could just close out the game.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and everything else in the sideboard is pretty intuitive. Obviously, we have our Graveyard Hate, we have our Thought Seizes for like the combo matchups. So yeah, I think it's a really tight list, and I really don't have that much else to say. Obviously, Opposition Agent. For those of you who didn't watch my Death and Taxes stream last week, what a card! So I'm really hoping we can just get somebody with that. That's my biggest hope right now.
Yeah, I really want the repeat of that one. That was good content. Oh, no problem, Ren. Thank you for all the
Yeah,
work you're doing for us.
yeah, Ren, you are awesome. And if I haven't told you that, you are freaking amazing, and we really appreciate you. And
This
great.
looks like a hand.
Yeah, and
I
great.
guess
If it's a combo deck, we're in Sad Town, USA. But if it's anything else, we're pretty good. Are we on the play or draw?
we're on the
We're on the
play.
play. Oh yeah, we're just gonna slam down this vial. Um,
Okay, that was my first question. Was is it worth getting the mom active? Probably not, right? You just want
so
Vile to start ticking.
So the thing about Mom is what you can do is you can vial it in on their instep, and usually they've already fired off whatever spells they want, like a cantrip or something like that. So you get a free Mother of Runes in play.
Hmm.
If and you also just want to be able to go ahead and get Vial going, make your spells uncounterable, the like. So I just like going Vial go, land like scrub land, Vial go, and move on. I think that's a good start.
Absolutely. All right, we'll go ahead and fetch. I think just fetch Aetherbow. I don't want to
Yeah, I would.
expose the scrub land.
Yeah, I'd get a planes. Hold the scrub land for Bowmaster if we ever get it. It resolves. Like I said, if we're
Yeah,
playing
no
against
ties
combo,
too. So like,
yeah, if we play against combo, then that's not great. Island, basic island, are this gonna pass? That is smells combo. It
yeah.
smells like they are about to. I don't know what they're gonna do. They might.
Oh
So,
wow.
I actually like going Scrubland. I doubt they're a Wasteland deck. A basic island doesn't scream Wasteland deck unless they're Death Shadow with a weird hand. So I
Yeah.
kind of like going plain. I kind of like play Scrubland, cast Mother of Runes, and then play out the other vial. So,
Yeah. I think that's. I think I want to go the other way just in case they have days.
yeah, if they dash, that's fair. It really just it depends on what card you want. Since we had the other Mother of Runes, I don't
Yeah.
mind them dazing it
We're
as
mommy
much.
flooded.
Yeah. So never never a bad thing to be mommy flooded. But
Good. And then this sets us up for a really nice Stoneforge turn. Just
yep. They're
I'm
gonna end the
familiar
turn.
with that part of Legacy.
Yep.
I'm An
Lore and
old
Reveal.
soul.
That was one thing I thought was on my radar.
You see? So
Underground
this
Sea.
probably is Death and Taxes?
Well,
Because I
you
don't
mean Death
know
Shadow?
anyone else
Yeah,
playing
it's Death Shadow.
yeah. Or sorry, I said Death and
Or it could
Taxes.
be
I'm
Scam.
very focused.
I think it's actually Scam. I think the fact that they haven't shocked in anything, they didn't get a water grade, they specifically got Underground Sea. I think this is Scam. So in the turn, we're going to Violin Mother of Runes. If they kill it, that's one less removal spell they have for Stoneforge Mystic. If we get back to our turn, it's going to be very hard to lose because if you get Stoneforge Mystic plus Cauldron Complete against these blue-black do-nothing decks,
Mm-hmm.
there's basically no out. The only thing they can do is Brazen Borrower the token. Like, and that draw is absolutely nutty. So we just go. We just pass turn.
Yeah, just no attack, nothing like that. We're
Yeah,
trying to
no
just
attack.
develop the game differently. Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And this is why Mother of Runes is one of my favorite cards because it feels like our opponent has to have it all in order to kind of get out of this. Forest
Whoa.
is not a card I expect. Is that an Uro?
Forest
Okay.
Uro?
Okay.
Okay. Do I swords it?
I don't think so. You have Recruiter the Guard that we can get to put a Bowmasters in play. We have Cauldron Complete that we're about to put in play. They're in a world of hurt, and they don't have
Yeah.
nearly the amount of cards needed to get Uro. They need two more cards in their graveyard to get Uro going, including that fetch land. So yeah, I think we're in good shape. We're just gonna get the beat downs on. And we get
Cauldron.
Cauldron Complete. And the cool thing is, we can also, if they actually start to go all in on Uro, we can actually, if we draw a land here, we can vial in Recruiter Guard to get Lion Sash, vial in Lion Sash, and then eat the Uro.
Do we tick up both of our
You go
uh
3-2.
yeah. So tick them up one more time and then probably stop.
Yep. And then you just turn off the thing. Wasteland
Oh
is
wow.
pretty nice. I would, um, yeah, I would just start off with
Probably
putting in
wasteland.
Cauldron Complete. I would Wasteland. I would. Sets them back a turn, or really sets them back even because of Uro. But just put pressure on there, take away their mana source, and just keep them off balance. We're I don't want to say we're far ahead, but we're definitely. I mean, we have a freaking Cauldron Complete and an active Mother with 2 vials, so definitely
Yeah,
can't
I mean
complain.
this feels pretty good. I mean, I know Bowmaster can do a lot of stalling, but like
Yeah, Bowmaster loses against Cauldron Complete.
yeah.
Like pretty much everything loses to Cauldron Complete most of the time. I feel like that card gains extra text every time I read it. So yeah, they're definitely they're in a pickle right now.
A pickle. Yeah, having to fetch, like being priced into it with that wasteland feels good. They open snuff out like way too early. Like we get to punish that.
Yeah.
Like there's just
Well,
so much stuff going for us.
I don't think they necessarily got punished. It's just we had the second Mother of Runes,
Oh
you
no, I
know.
mean like they paid 4 life on it and we just get to be like, and
Oh, for
Cauldron.
sure. Oh,
Like
yeah, yeah,
now
yeah.
you're now you're at
Yeah.
15 trying to fight a Cauldron complete. I
Now they're
always
about to get.
love I always loved that in like the old days when like people would dismember stuff, like dismember a Baleful Strix. You're like, oh good, this
Mm.
Batter Skull's gonna get there. One less attack.
Now they're about
Oh.
to get Uro back. But I mean, we have 2 answers in our hand, and they still have to deal what's in play. You know, if I had to guess, they're probably a One Ring pile deck. Um,
Yeah, almost definitely, right? Think we just end step vial in the recruiter. That's like our
Absolutely.
only active play, so might as well just
Instep Violent
I
Recruiter,
might get
and
Solitude.
so I'm actually interested in getting, depending on what's, because we might be able to get a nice 2-drop here, because we already have Swords to Plowshares in hand. Depending on what we can get off this recruiter, because I'm not intimately familiar with his list, So obviously, so Palace Jailer is actually extremely attractive in this matchup. So I would actually grab Palace Jailer, and then I would uptick to 4, and then uptick to I would go 4-3, and then Palace Jailer the Uro. Then we start to Howling Mine every turn. And if I had to guess, this deck doesn't really have a lot of creatures, so it's going to be very hard for them to get the Monarchy back.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
my
I
only
forgot
concern is Bowmaster. Like having to take
Bowmaster.
an extra draw into Bowmasters.
They can, but we have the Swords to Plowshares for that, and we're really only we're not gonna just go ham with everything. And actually, we actually can attack with everything just because they can't cast it this turn. So I would go ahead violin the Palace Jailer and then just
Attack with
swing
everything
out.
but Mom.
Yeah,
Is that
everything but mine. Oh,
the
let me
name of the
correct
game?
myself.
This one.
It is unfortunate we drew Trips Vile, but I mean, like I said, with this start, I mean, what more do you
Yeah,
want?
I'm pretty I'm pretty okay.
Yeah, we're swinging in for a cool 7.
They're
Putting them
dead
on
on
2-turn
board?
dead on board. We're gonna get carded. Believe it or not, Palace Jailer will outpace these do nothing blue control decks with card draw. If I had to imagine, they'll
Hey.
probably play a.
Hey.
That's sexy. If I had to guess, they'll probably slam down a One Ring if they have it. If not, they're just in a world of hurt. So
If they find a way through Mother of Runes, we just get
yep.
it back. So good. Cabal therapy. Uh-oh.
That's fine. I
Uh,
think they're doing this for information and they're going to move on. This kind of makes me think it's Nick Fit. Just look at how many basics they have,
yeah,
which is
it
so.
it's definitely weird. Maybe Nick Fit, maybe just back to basics in their
Yep. Can I
strategy
read
somewhere.
Samwise? What does Samwise say? Permanent card. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a One Ring. Smells like it.
Allurin?
Alluring. Oh well, we might just be dead if they have Acerak. But it's good to know that they have it. It's good to know that they have that. This is a pretty good matchup, I think. But they literally have to have Acerak right now. I imagine they have it
Or
because otherwise, why
maybe
would they?
they have like some Strixes to play to try and find
Yeah,
it or something. Yeah.
sure, and that's perfectly reasonable.
Allurin was not on my bingo card.
It
But
was not
Containment Priest is pretty cool.
Containment Priest. Well, actually, Containment Priest doesn't get around it because they
Oh,
are
is it
casting.
enter without being cast? Yeah.
Yes. But unless they're just being a jerk and they're just gonna try to kill us at instant speed, they're just dead on board. You know. And if we draw Swords to Plowshares, then we just look like a genius or a Solitude for that matter. Um. So, I mean, who knows?
Oh, there's
And
our
that's really good.
Solitude.
Now we think I guess we should have upticked the vial from 4 to 5. That's a punt on our part just because it's not gonna there's literally nothing else you can cast. But we're
Nah,
still okay.
yeah, we can pitch the Samwise. It's fine.
Yeah, so I think we just move to combat. They'll probably if they cast the Acerak and try to win at instant speed, we can Violin Recruiter, grab Solitude the Acerak, and then send our opponent to the sad zone.
To the Shadow Realm.
Yep.
They will gain some life, so they won't
They will
necessarily
they
be
will
dead,
gain some life.
unfortunately. Leovold?
Leovold. Okay.
Uh,
I don't think we do anything here.
I mean, let's see. Solitude, they go up to 11, take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Yeah, we probably don't do that then.
Because they have to block the germ token. Because I believe if they don't, it's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Parasitic Strix.
Control, lose 2, and you
Okay.
gain 2. Okay.
Yeah, that's their win con. Okay, so they're playing old fashioned allure, and this isn't the Acerat combo. They're playing the one that runs like, at least from what it looks like,
It's
they're running the one
Strix
that
and
runs.
Cavern Harpy, right? That's
Yeah,
the fun game we play.
see how they block, because we can potentially just blow them out here.
Well, I hope they
And
block Stoneforge because I'll
actually,
just
I take it
Samwise.
back. I take it back. We don't even have to vial in the recruiter. We can just cast it off Allurin. Duh, stupid Josh.
Oh yeah.
And if they kill one of our creatures through combat, we flash in Sam, put it back in our hand, and just keep going. Wow, what a what a card. You can't look at, you can't, for those of you who can't see my face right now, I have the biggest grin right now. This is delicious.
Straight from my little noodle.
Yep. I don't know what our opponent is pondering, but whatever they're thinking of doing, it's going to go rather poorly for them.
I guess I could have, in response to the parasitic Strix, I could have like pro blued the 5/5,
Yeah,
but
but
that just feels loose. Like then I just
there's
get.
no reason to do that. Okay,
Oh
so
hey,
they're
good.
trying.
They give me a Stoneforge for free.
Yeah, we're gonna get another Stoneforge for free. That's fine.
So they take 6 down to 4.
Their parasitic Strix is gone. Uh,
So I can get Bowmaster.
what are they at?
They'll go
What will
to
they be at
4.
after combat? They'll be at 4.
Yeah,
Um,
but they have Leovold in play. So like when I target them, they'll draw a card, and then when I target them, they'll draw a card.
is it a May ability with Leovold? May. Okay.
Uh,
I mean, that's still fine for us. I mean, yeah, we. I guess
yeah.
with first things first, we see what we can get with Sam. I guess we'll get back. Oh,
Well,
we get back
Sam will
Palace
get
Jailer.
back Stoneforge or Palace Jailer. Yeah.
We can just get back Palace Jailer, their Stoneforge, and then we can hold up Recruiter for Solitude if they have the combo. So I think that we're so far ahead. We just need to not lose. I think so.
Sure.
Palace Jailer's gone. Stoneforge is gone, and then we can Samwise the Palace Jailer back to our hand.
Rewarded for keeping the vial on 4.
Yep. And actually, I don't even think we play the Palace Jailer here. I think we wait for if they try to actually kill us with
Oh, I
Acerak
forgot
or
the ring tempts me. Uh,
I don't even know. Maybe
just
that's
make
why I don't play
the
that card because I just don't even know how
turn,
that works. Yeah, make that the ring bearer.
and then
Then we hold. I think we hold Palace Jailer.
oop,
Did you already activate it?
yeah.
Yeah, I guess we go ahead and use it because there's no reason to rush it out. Uh, I would just go ahead and I mean, we can hit the Leovold if they rip an Acerak and they win. It feels bad because then we just had the win. We just gave it away. It feels like they don't have it,
Well, I mean,
and
I
that's
can
not.
still flash in a Flicker Wisp and get rid of Acer.
That is true. So that is true. Yeah, Allurin it's one of those weird cards where against Death and Taxes, it's not like just a free win because it just all of our spells cost 0 and they have flash. So
And there's still a shot I just rip a Solitude now that I can draw for my Monarch.
yeah, that is true. We do
They
have the
return
Monarch. That's an
target.
Ewit. Ooh, we can in response Violin Recruiter get Lion Sash.
Thanks for the Allurin, friend.
Yeah. Grab Lion Sash, eat the Parasitic Strix, and if I had to guess, they'll probably
And we can
concede.
eat the Acerak, like
Yeah,
mid
and
combo with it too.
we can hit the guy. Yep, I imagine they're gonna scoop him up after this, or they may at least take a. I mean, I don't know if they'll take a peek. I don't know what much more they can do. We have so much hate in play.
Yeah, I don't. I kind of punted there. I should have used the Scrubland.
Sure.
That way they
I mean,
can't wasteland me and keep me from fixing Acerak.
all right, don't kill us.
Por favor.
Yay! Okay.
Yay!
We're so far ahead, I think we just need to not lose is a hell of a phrase. Hey, you may say that, Drew, not Drew, but it was accurate. Uh, so I think Thoughtseize is really good. So it's tough. So Allurin is such a weird deck. It obviously we thought they were a do nothing control deck with Uro, but Uro is actually a part of the combo because if they get Uro and the one that bounces a card, there's one I forgot. I think it's not Parasitic Strix, but the other one. They can. It's just part. It's like Splinter Twin. They just cast Uro in response, like with the draw trigger on the stack, bounce it to my hand. They draw their deck, gain infinite life. So I don't think this is the Astarak combo. So I think Surgical Extraction, and I think those cards are really good.
So do we want Thoughtseize then?
I think we should trim it. I think it's fine to keep in. Oh, I'm sorry, Thoughtseize isn't main deck. Sorry. I like Surgical. Thoughtseize, I'm not a big fan just because, again, there's a world where we Thoughtseize them and it's a handful like Uro and like just creatures, you know?
Sure. So
I think it's worth bringing in a couple though, just
Will
to
Wisp is
because
kind of meh.
it's good when they have a Lurin. It's kind of like a don't
Well, like
win
we have
now button.
Lauren. We could get Lauren and just blow up their
Yeah.
Lauren.
GT
Bowmasters
seems
is kind
mid.
of meh. GT's kind of meh.
GT's pretty mid. Bowmasters actually isn't terrible
That's
because they
probably
do
fine.
have Uro, and like I said, Uro is half of their combo.
So I'm a
Although
really like
they will
lean
gain more
boarder.
life and will deal
Like
damage.
I just don't board a lot of cards most of the time.
Sure,
Especially
I
in a
think
deck
this
where
is.
it's like, well, these cards are main because they're good.
I think this is. Let me look at the board. I think this is fine. I don't think our opponent showed us anything that bad enough to where we have to bring in Thoughtseize.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about like defense grid, and that's about it, honestly.
On the draw, this hand is slow, but like I said, Rashad rocks. If they get Uro in play, we have Lion Sash. Um, I like it actually. I mean, we would rather Vile in this hand, but
Sure, but
has a lot going for it.
yeah, not gonna do anything this turn. Get my clock equity.
It's crazy that we're so behind on clock when our opponent was like doing a whole lot of nothing. Like they were just they held priority. They looked at their hand and then just didn't do anything. Um, draw. Um,
Well,
I kind of like going Rashad and Port, play Rashad and Port, and just cast Stoneforge. Actually, we can just play Scrubland and pass because of Bowmasters.
yeah,
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. They're not. I
yeah.
don't think they're a brainstorm deck, but I think it's best to just leave that and pass.
I can't
Um,
imagine. I can't imagine playing a Lurin without like Baleful Strix and like those kind
yeah,
of cards. To like, if they like go for Uro here, if they don't, playing Scrubland lets us just like if we rip opposition agent and they have 3 fetch lands sitting here, I'm
yeah.
gonna bust.
I'm gonna. What you thought you heard in last week's stream will be like tenfold. My neighbors will literally call the cops.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of cool with doing nothing still.
Yeah,
I'm
I
really
mean,
just not
we our hand is really interactive. We have permission with Source to Plowshares and Bowmasters. There's no rush. Port is basically, at least for the time being, it's an Ash Barrens. So, an Ash Barrens without cycling. So, apparently our opponent 5-0'd a league back on the 7th. Well, Mr. Donald Vo, they were not the tag team. That is Caleb Cummings and or Caleb rather.
yeah.
I apologize. And Josh, the intern. Um,
I
let's-
wish. I wish. A
if
bonus
we would have
dog.
had it, Now, granted, we would only get one because
Yeah,
they would
but it
just
would effectively turn off the rest.
yeah.
Oh
Ponder. Oh,
yeah.
now we get them. We get them.
Hey opponent, how do you like my Orcish Bowmaster jutsu?
Well, I don't know what they're
Did you
fetching
bait
for
it? Did
though.
you bait it with a brain? Like you're just ready to brainstorm now? Because you're like, haha, got you to put
But
it on the stack.
that's fine. I don't like you
Yep.
got it. I don't
I
care.
got you to put it on the stack. Yeah.
We're still about to deal 4 points of damage in total because we're gonna ping you and then swing for 3. So actually, it's more than that. I think 5 because ping here.
Ping
We're gonna
here, ponder,
ping
resolve,
again.
get another ping, and then attack for 3. At
Yes,
least.
that's fine.
Maybe they gotta draw some more cards. I don't know.
NPG David Vo, how's your day going, friend?
I appreciate you always hanging out with us.
Yeah, I
MTG David
appreciate you
Bow.
hanging out. I appreciate you and Caleb letting me hang around 2 RCQ winners when I don't know what when I'm not worthy.
Ooh, just throw lightning bolts. It's easy, man.
That's true. Just lava spike. Remember to lava spike your opponent.
I mean, to be fair, this is pretty easy too. Oh, they played a draw spell. Just
Yeah,
get them.
my deck too had lightning bolts. Oh, you see, I see the trend here. Cabal therapy. Okay.
Naming what? Swords of pleasure. Well done. I will say them fetching just a basic swamp keeps them off Uro, so that's cool.
It does keep him off Uro. I still think this deck has to have the
Wait, what they name?
it has to run the veteran explorer, I would think, just because like a 3 or 4 color deck in Magic with this many basics is outrageous. So yeah, I think they're
Yeah.
about to look at me. And now we sword. I honestly like swordsing it in a way. Never
Oh,
mind. They're too
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay, that's
I think
fine.
we only have one basic to get.
Yeah. This is the downside of splashing for black, but hey, I don't care. We're okay. Now, if they play something like an Elder Gargaroth or something, I might be a little cranky. But
That's fair. But at the same time, I can just recruit her for a solitude. Like I'm not.
yeah, I mean, our hand is this is the beauty of
Yeah.
Death and
See,
Taxes, and what I would
they even valued the recruiter over the swords. They're like,
yeah,
nah.
that's the beauty of Death and Taxes, where like you look at it from as a creature beatdown deck, but you're really just really a control deck. See, now we have double Rishadenport. We can just keep them off of white and black for the rest of the game. I mean, we can play. I like actually going Vile and just play Vile, play Port. Obviously attack, but play Vile, play Port, and then porting them off of white and black. Um, that just seems really good.
Let's see. What all do they play that I need to worry about that? What's the white for?
White would be mm, probably something not good for us. That's like the best answer I would have. I mean, in these like Nick Fit slash Allurin combo decks, typically they're usually like you know, 5 color trade binder. Now, a lot of Nitfix decks, they run, I think it's called Magister of Worth, and it has white in it, and it's an angel that says, when ETBs, you will of the council, so the same thing as council's judgment, and then you destroy all other creatures other than it. So I think we port the white source regardless, just to get them off that. Takes them off of source to plowshares also, if that's a thing they do.
Yeah, I ran out the lion sash. Sorry, I didn't like talk about it, but
Yep.
I ran out the lion sash mostly because I was worried they didn't have a Lurin, and then they just get
Yep.
to they play recruiter. How
Yeah,
about
I
that?
figured I figured they were the recruiter uh like super stack deck What I'm curious though, and it makes me think they have force of will in hand, or they have to have some permission spell because they know we have swords. This isn't like this isn't a mystery. Like they know we have it.
Arctic Merfolk.
I know what that does.
Return
Now
target
that you,
creature.
I think we in response we, or actually they got that off of that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's smart that they did that so swords doesn't hit it. But the problem is they're going to hit a point where I don't know. I haven't played against this version of Allure in a while. I know
Aether
eventually they're going to
channel.
bounce Cavern Harpy, or they're going to bounce the Parasitic Strix with Cavern Harpy. So it's like a timing thing.
What is Aether channel?
That's the one that
Return target. Okay. To its owner's hand. Here's where I try to get the Arctic Merfolk, I think.
I guess with the trigger on the stack, you see what they target, and then you hit that.
The problem with letting trigger go on the stack is now they can play a second one.
I mean, if they have it, but they would win regardless if they had that. So I would imagine. I mean, they know the swords is in hand, so it's
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire it off. I kind of want to see them do their thing. I can't imagine them playing it out like this if they didn't. Yeah, they
okay.
didn't just
Yeah.
have it happen.
So they have it. I mean, and if since that's the case, that we were just dead anyways.
And
Yeah, because now
Cavern
we're gonna
Harpy.
get
Jesus. Okay.
Cavern. They're gonna grab Cavern Harpy, and or they did that still in response. Holy God! All right, well,
Yeah, I mean, if you can.
now I
Toot,
like
toot,
Thoughtseize a
toot,
little bit
toot.
more. Now I see that they're on the hard combo. Plague Engineer
Everything's a
is
2/2. I guess it won't
yeah, I'm
work.
about to say it does kill Recruiter, but Recruiter still their ability will still resolve.
Verticals, man. I kind of like trimming Mother of Runes. I don't like.
Yeah, they
Do
haven't
they,
shown a lot
they have a
of.
snuff out?
I mean, they might bring. They do have snuff out. I think they probably bring in swords. Although white is for recruiter. I mean, I don't think they're running the academy. I don't think they're running the academy rector type deal. If we have to cut one, I guess. Yeah, we could probably trim a mother of runes. I
Be a
think that'd
mother in a
be.
vial? Since we brought in 4 more non-creature.
Well, we only have 61 cards main deck, right?
Oh, we have 60 main, but we have 61 right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like we can trim a mother of runes. I think that's fine.
I already did.
Oh, you already did. Oh, we need one more.
Yeah.
We're on the play. Um,
Could cut a Thalia. It's not great.
yeah, it's a creature deck. So, yeah,
Actually,
I think
I
that's fine.
kind of like cutting 2 Thalias and bring that mom back in. There we go. All right. Let's do this. Trying to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! To turn 2 Iron Man.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
not amazed.
Whalmer Pale, I agree with you 100%. And if you want to hear my full thoughts on it, and this hand is good, by the way, but if you want to hear my full thoughts on it, check out our Southern Magic podcast, which should be dropping tomorrow. I am not above getting a free plug when the opportunity presents itself.
Shameless plug.
But I agree with you.
But Yu-Gi-Oh is a tough mountain to climb. I will say. I used to play back in like the Edison era, and the game is not the same.
All right. I just like playing Port past turn. Wasteland is nice, but Port past turn, and
You don't like running Stoneforge here?
I mean, they may have taken their Force of Wills out. I just think I think Stoneforge is such a precious card. Um, it's tough. So I I really wish it was simple. We just had a scrub land or a fetch land right now, because then it's just pass. Because I have a feeling our opponent's just going to go land, brainstorm, fetch. Um, so I don't know. I think we're fine with just passing. We can end a turn, Rashad, and port the fetch land, if nothing else.
End of turn.
Yeah, because I mean, there's no reason to not do it.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking the vial puts enough pressure on them that they're probably not going to let it go up to 2. The reason they were so like, I'm not going to fetch just because they had that like stack of cantrips they wanted to do.
Sure.
But this time they're like, oh, okay. If you're doing 2 threats a turn, I don't know that I can really wait.
Makes
Lorien,
sense.
4. Play said land. Good. Play
That's fine.
ponder, 4. All fine. Also all basics, jerk.
Yeah, I mean, a veteran explorer deck. What are you gonna do?
But I need him to make my wasteland worthwhile.
I agree. I don't know why our opponent won't just comply with our
Yeah, just
demands.
let us win. Don't they know we're streaming?
We don't ask for a lot.
Trying to get super famous for my Death and Taxes play. All right. Yeah.
Subject to 2. Played the old Caracas and
Ooh.
or stuff. Ah, dang it! I thought that was a black source for a second. I was like, play that instead. But no, I think we play Caracas pass turn on their upkeep. We can port their so it's depend. If they have a fetch land, it's a moot point. I like hitting the island.
Yeah.
If they want to
Well, I mean,
brainstorm
I
and they're
kind
going
of
to
want to
get
leave
punished.
the. Leaving the island invites us to get to Flash and Bowmaster.
Yeah. So that's the catch 22. If they have Cabal therapy or any of those, it's bad.
I'm gonna port the swamp, I think. We'll see if I regret
I'd have
this.
complaints. Yep.
We'll see if I regret this, but
I mean,
they've
if they have
got a
a
cast, and I'm
if
like,
they
oh,
kept a greedy if they kept a greedy hand mana wise with like lore revealed and they cast brainstorm here or ponder, then we look like a genius. But now we get to kind of activate vial, see what they do, and then if they might respond with the cantrip here if they're astute.
mm-hmm.
Yep. And I would just put in Stoneforge Mystic.
Yep. And probably not get Lion Sash. I think I'm gonna get Cauldron.
Yeah, I mean we have a backup Stoneforge Mystic if we ever want to do that.
Yeah. I like that. Like I can do that right and flash it in on the turn they learn. So I like leaving it in the deck just for the fancy play, even. But also, they did brainstorm lock themselves. So that's kind of cool. Yes. This.
Well, if they
Enough out.
drew another land, it might not matter because they might just have a Lurin rolled up. But we do have Rashadenport to stop that, so I think that's a good way. They don't know
Snuff
about Wasteland. Just snuff out. Oh well.
out. Leave it at 2.
So what I like doing here is yeah, we can leave it at 2. And then I think we can good lord. Um play the Wasteland, I suppose, and then we can we can cast Stoneforge now and just grab another Lion Stash. And then just port their I kind of like porting their blue source now.
Yeah.
So if they have a brainstorm, they have to do it now. I think that I'm hoping they think we don't have bowmasters. You know, I mean that there's a chance they may do that. Okay, they literally did not give less than a rat's arse about that. Play a
Format.
Neuro, come on. Come
Please.
on.
Opposition agent.
Yeah. Now, if they do have if they have another removal spell for Stoneforge Mystic, they just get bamboozled because we're just gonna get the third. It's the third one that gets you.
Yeah. Obviously.
So
Opponent having to think.
Our
I'm
opponent is in the.
amazed that we are so far behind on clock. I don't.
It's like chess. I always play chess, and I look down. It's like, how am I 8? How am I like 3 minutes behind on my opponent? My turns have
Cabal
been like
therapy.
lightning fast.
Uh,
They're
do
gonna name Cauldron complete if I had
do
to
we
guess.
run the Bowmaster out?
I would run it. I would run Bowmaster out because our hand is just redundant and stuff they already know about. They're probably just gonna play the veteran explorer. The fact that Allure is typically a matchup that I think is fine. The problem is they're playing
Veil of
a vet.
Thunder. Ooh,
Oh wow, that's pretty good. The problem with the fact that this is the veteran explorer build, they're just bigger than us. And Death and Taxes typically struggles against bigger mana decks. Like obviously if a Primeval Titan resolves, we're in trouble. If they're Cloud Post, we're in trouble. But they didn't do anything. That's surprising. They Cabal Therapy. I mean, they took the card when they knew about, but I figured they would follow it up with an Explorer. I guess they don't have it.
Probably gonna take that up.
Pick up to 3. That's really good. A card that's typically really bad, it's very good right here. So, we can. I mean, yeah, why not? We can even since we don't have really any 5 drops, we can actually. I think it's safe to Lotus Petal this Caracas. So we have mana up to eat something in their graveyard. If they cast a spell, we can in response eat their Cabal Therapy.
Right, right.
So yeah, we're not fantastic. My cheeks are still clenched, but I think
Oops.
we're not in a terrible position. It's okay. If our opponent survives at 1, whatever. Because we also have this line. If they don't do anything, this line sash is about to become ginormous.
Do I port the green source?
I'd
Keep them off
still
Alluring?
keep them off double green. I was trying to. Words are not coming out of my mouth, but I was like, we need to keep them off Alluring, and green is the best one for that. I just hope our opponent has nothing but cantrips.
If they got a Dryad Arbor there, do you know how tilted I would be?
Yeah.
Like,
Got him.
yes. Sorry, I'm not an expert in Alluring.
Is this this is a Leovold? Okay. I mean, it's not fantastic, but what we can do is on their do we don't have any more equipment in our deck, do we?
No.
Okay, I was about to say we can on the end of their second main phase, we could blink our Stoneforge Mystic, but there's no reason to do that. I think we just come back and I mean there's no reason to do it. That Leovold is not fantastic here. They're already around Alluring, like they can already cast it. So
Okay, we have Solitude
we do have
potentially.
Solitude mana.
Probably just cast the Flicker Wisp, honestly.
There's no
Blink
need
my
to do it.
own.
We have Vile. We have Vile. I like so what we can do
4
is
minutes.
we can pass turn, just pass turn, and then what we can do is and we can still port them. Yes, they'll draw a card, but we have Bowmasters. And then if they combo off, we have Flicker Wisp. And then we can make Lion Sash really huge. So I would tap Rashad Port and Wasteland.
On what?
Because they're we'll target the green or we'll target the blue source. Single blue source.
How many cards do you want to draw, opponent?
Yeah, we will do this as long as you want.
This is a terrible idea.
It's not a good idea. I agree.
But I don't think we're winning with 3 minutes on the clock. So
Yeah, we're just gonna gun it. All right, now I think. Yeah, this is this is really bad. Because eventually they're going to be like, all right, I think this is good, and they're just going to kill us.
Well, you see.
I mean, who knows? Maybe their combo is not in the top 15 cards of their deck.
Yeah,
We really should have just targeted the Leovold if we were going to do
I
this.
did. I put 3 targets at the Leovold.
Oh, okay, good, 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 good. Then target it again. Forget the damage. Veil of Summer, yeah, here it comes, and now we're in trouble. I mean, we still get a huge army token. You have 11 cards in hand. We have extreme lethal in play. Deal with that. And I bet you can.
Oh man. I will shoot my Stoneforge.
Yeah. Now we can just start shooting the army. Whatever.
Well, so it has to deal the damage for the army to get bigger.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. Okay. Owie! Well, never mind. I don't think I have a hot take, Caleb. I don't think we win anymore.
Oh,
Which the
snap.
clock was already rough on us.
All
Yeah, why
right.
not? Sure.
A chance.
And good. We on the play?
We are not.
I still like this hand. Our opponent might be on death and taxes, and if they are, we're in trouble. Because typically the Yorion version, what's going to happen is the board's just going to stall, and they're just going to put in Yorion and just get a one-sided card advantage. I'm not going to quite rule out death and taxes yet because some of them do run a basic swamp, but I'm hopeful. I would have let out with a Caracas there because we have another one. I'm not scared of Wasteland, and I kind of might want to hold that because that's our only source of black mana right now. But we do have Vials. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying
whatever.
to. So my thought was, if I time walk them by them just, wanting to deal with Scrubland with a Wasteland,
Yeah.
then I'm sitting okay. Oh, Yorion Reanimator. Life from the Loam. What?
That makes sense. I don't know what they're on, but getting a life from loam isn't stupid. I mean, because they're
This
just
is
gonna
awesome. Punishing. Is this lands?
no. But I tell you what, this opposition agent looks really good.
Is this punishing Jund?
This is just some sort of Strifo pile deck.
We are finding some heaters here. Please play Veteran Explorer.
They're gonna life from the loam. The problem though is that's just gonna get annihilated by opposition agent if they don't have any kind of answer for it.
Uh,
I swear there are normal decks on Magic Online.
eventually, maybe one day. Lead up like rock. Because now I'm showing like I have Bowmaster. I'm showing I have
Yeah, they
swords.
have to
Like
respect it.
they just have to play against so much. Would have loved Port there.
Yeah,
Port,
Port would be
the
delicious.
violin opposition agent like Port angle of like turn off your land, turn off your other land kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to do with this deck. That's why I built it that way. It's like I want to do that as much as possible.
I would like a Stoneforge Mystic here, or just any two
That
drop.
would
I'm
be
not
cool.
picky.
I would be pleased with this. Oh, yeah. That one's
All
good.
right. So now we just play Wasteland, pass, and then we put Castalia or we violent Thalia rather, and if they try to do something with a fetch land, we can opposition agent them. I also like Thalia here because if they're playing a Strifo pile, they probably have a DAC fading. So I would just go ahead. I would violent Thalia right now.
Oh, right now? Okay.
Yeah, right now because uh, it taxes them, and if I had to
Oh,
imagine
that's in the deck.
because what if I had to imagine they're probably going to use the fetch land to pay the tax for Thalia, and that's where opposition agent will get them.
Oh no.
Sure. Actually, well, we could Caracas our Thalia in response. Um, I just think it's fine. Like this is gonna be a very grindy one. We're gonna be here for a minute.
Hmm.
If you want to stop the orc army, we can Caracas it. We can Caracas it, and then still on our end step wasteland their volcanic island. It just seems really dubious to be successful because of Life from the Loam. So I guess we can just we can. Hmm, I think it's fine. We have so many other stuff in our deck. And also, I just really want this opposition agent to work. I need to live for
Yeah, you're
something.
tunneling on this card pretty hard. Sure. Turn that off for now. It's really just for port.
Mm.
Please. Fetch. Do it. Fetch. Crack your fetch line. You didn't dredge back loam, notably.
Yeah, I mean they have three. They have two lands in their hand after this, I think. So
At least one. At
paying
least one more we
paying
know about.
cost. Putting Yo Ryan in hand.
Yo,
Okay.
Ryan.
Oh, we can sword something if you want. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Nah,
We're
then he
about
fetches
to.
in response. He's trying to play around the opposition agent.
Sure. I mean,
I'm just
that's
tick this
fine.
up to 3, and then I
Yeah,
can start
we're
doing
gonna
cool
uptick it
stuff.
to 3, and then it's impossible.
All right. Ooh.
Not a bad
Oh
draw.
no, that's a good one. Uh,
Yeah, I'd go ahead and cast it. Ether Loam. And now Wasteland just got a lot sexier. Um, so
I was hoping they would crack a cantrip because I'm not shut on
yeah,
Bowmaster now.
come on. End of turn. There's no reason for our opponent to do it, but come on, just end of turn, crack that Misty.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it, Papa. Nope.
Oh well.
Playing smart. Can flicker wisp the orc army.
Yeah.
Eat the Thalia, block the. Oh, yay.
I mean, if they have a punishing fire, or actually it's a 3/3. If they have a, I don't know, some removal
Oh,
spell
they
for it.
let it through. Yay.
Oh, nice.
Me.
Thank you, Moto.
Kill it? Sure.
Okay, whatever. That
Douchebag.
makes sense. Yeah. What a jerk face.
Don't let me have no funds.
Yeah.
But I'm
Oh
glad it
well.
was that instead of flicker wisp.
We effectively ported them because they had to use a bolt for it. So now they can't Yorion. I imagine that's probably what they were going for, or some sort of value play. I think this is some beanstalk pile. That's just. Oh, actually, no. I take it back. I don't know what I'm saying. They have punishing fire. They're just some pile deck.
Yeah, I mean, so far it
Will
just looks like punishing, John.
Will Josh twerk? Well, I'm not on camera right now,
Ooh,
but my ass cheeks do be throwing it sometimes.
I
You know what I'm
think
saying?
think if you ask him to serve a little, he might.
Yeah.
Couple drinks first. Normally help your chances.
Yep, there he is. I knew it. I knew they were playing that guy. Yeah, that's fine. And they're gonna take our alliance sash with Ralzeric. People will not stop playing these bad decks like Strifopile. They will not stop playing these. These Grove of the Burn Willows, Punishing
Oh, he took
Grove,
my
Dak
vial.
Fade. That's better. That's a better choice. I think we, for the sake of time and enjoyment, we move to our draw step and then move to the next game.
Why?
Well,
Don't
just
mind me.
because they're so far ahead, they're about to draw a bunch. If we get a Bowmasters, then we look really good. So I guess that is true. So if we get a Recruiter or a Bowmasters, we look fine. But a lot of what was going for us has been taken away. Like the vial was so cohesive to what we wanted, and well, I guess we can. So let's think. We can, unless they have fatal push. That's the only thing that gets us. We can swords the bowmasters, flicker wisp the token, and then smack Dak Faden. That's a lot, but
There's have Force of Will. Pitch the Orion.
what it's looking like.
I'll concede to it if you shut me.
Yeah. Just show your life total move. You don't even have to reveal the force. All right, we're good.
All
All right.
right.
Well, darn it. Okay, so this
Mm,
is a Palantir of Orthanc matchup. I like that. I like I mean Plasner doesn't seem really good. I
Name
mean
more.
I yeah, I guess it does hit that. I'm just not a fan of it. Let's see. So Surgical doesn't seem very good. I mean, obviously they do have Entomb, and that's how they're able to grind us out. But they only cast Loam once. Like Loam wasn't really what beat us.
Yeah, I like Thoughtseize. I like Palantir.
So Loran looks pretty bad. Loran doesn't seem like it has any reasonable targets. Um, Flicker Wisp also seems kind of bad in these. I mean, you can Flicker Wisp hit your own recruiter, which is nice in these grindy matchups. But I don't know. Let's see.
I like going down one. Samwise is fine. Mom's fine. Lion Sash is okay. Chite
Vitae
is
seems mid.
good. Caldra.
Um, Palace Jailer could be good, but it's also a lot of mana. I like Palace Jailer actually. I think it's worth keeping. Um, let's see, 64 cards. We can probably trim. I just don't think Plague Engineer is that good, to be honest with you. I mean, you do hit Bowmasters, but like, it's still gonna get the ping off, and they're still gonna get they're gonna get what they want. 61. I guess we can trim another Flicker Wisp or a Thoughtseize. That'd be my choice between those two.
Thoughtseize is gonna get them. I'm sure of it.
I hope so. Good hand.
Yeah, keep. I honestly, I think the era of like the classic, like not going big, like you were talking about in the deck tech. I think that era is nearing an end thanks to our friend Orcish Bowmasters.
Yeah, I
Half of
mean,
this deck just dies to it.
yeah. Um, and Bowmasters it's annoying. It's not the worst thing that ever happened to Death and Taxes. It's not Ren and 6 by any means, but it's definitely an annoyance. Um, let's see. What are you gonna bolt us or just with your
Spawn,
5-color nothing deck?
spawner. Oh man. Let's see. Do nothing? Cool.
Uptick to 1. What do we
Draw something
draw?
good.
Okay. Since we got the second Thalia, I actually like slamming it down. If we didn't draw Thalia, I'm perfectly fine with just porting them. But since we have Thalia, if they untap bolt it, I feel
Yeah.
pretty good about
Time
it.
Walk is pretty good. Pretty good magic card. Yeah.
Sure.
Sweet.
And now we can do the cool thing of now if we draw a Wasteland here, my goodness.
That'd be cool. I think I figured out where all our clock went.
Yeah.
It's clicking Aether Vial.
Yes.
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Oh
All right, so
yeah.
we're gonna hit their red source and then slam down the Thalia. Or we'll play Wasteland. I don't know. They could play Days. I doubt it. But cast Thalia, hit their red source, laugh all the way to the bank. Because now we get to have our cake and eat it too. Because if they kept a very weak hand with a bunch of cantrips, this Bowmasters is about to go on world tour. And then we have double Rashadenport. Like, we just need to draw some 2-drops, and we just need this Aether Vial to carry us. This is like the vintage Death and Taxes opening. This is how Death and Taxes has been for the past like million of years. It feels like. Now if they have
Million.
Bowmasters here, it feels bad, but we'll just have to Bowmaster their Bowmaster.
Well, Bowflex.
Okay, whatever.
Sure, opponent. I don't like. I don't know.
Now we just
Nice bolts.
put in Bowmasters, and I mean we have a lot. We
No,
have a lot of good
Jete on
draws
it.
here. Yep, that is the thing.
Love this card. Card is sick.
Now we uptick to 3, I think. Well, actually, no. I need to know our deck list. Do you have your deck list pulled up to the side? Because that actually matters. You have to do a little bit of math, play in your favor. So we have a lot of 2-drops.
We cut 2 Flicker Wisps and a Lauren. So
Yeah,
pretty low
I
on
would
3.
keep on 2 for the time being. Watch us draw a recruiter right here, and I just want to smash my door. Okay. That's not bad. We can play that, swing for 2, and then just port their red source.
All right. We're working them down. 8 more turns.
Yeah. You're so effing dead, opponent.
Yeah. Just don't figure out a way out of this. Don't do it. Just in case. Break in case of Wasteland. Oh my, are you serious?
Triple bolt's fine, but the thing is,
This is an 80 card deck.
it's an 80 card deck, but they have 3 cards in hand, and that's what's most important. And if they miss a land drop here, SpaghettiOs. We're about to just smack them with GT. And when we smack them with GT, and if they still miss, then we're just gonna port them till the end of time. That draw sucks, but we're just gonna slam down GT.
Force of Will.
No,
Come
knowing our luck,
on.
they'll probably force of will it. Okay. And if they don't do anything, like I mentioned, being redundant, but like I mentioned, if they don't do anything, we're just gonna basically shove their head in the toilet with both of these Rashaden ports. Yeah, I didn't think Umazov's GT would be that great right now, but hey, it
It's
makes our clock good.
amazing right now because everyone's playing Bowmaster.
Yeah. So
Again, that card just really, really controlling the conversation in the format. I like it. I like that a 2-mana flash pinger is this warping to a format. It's pretty cool. Like people were terrified of uh, of like haywire might going into vintage.
I will say this: when I played against 8cast with Death and
Oh no.
Taxes, and our opponent, what you gonna do with that wasteland?
What you do with that? Put it
Okay.
into hand? Okay, you're done. You're done. You said you didn't want to play anymore.
Well,
Sweet.
I doubt we're gonna cast any spells for the rest of the game. If the only way we do that is if we draw another land and then we go land vial, and then we just move on with our life. Okay, so now we know what to do. Now we can uptick next turn. So yeah, we're just gonna swing with this zombie token. We're just gonna port their non-basics. Well, I guess they're all non-basic. They're duels. Yeah,
Try and get them.
yeah. You're gonna die, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Shaking our fists in anger.
try and try and get you out of here. Pack it up.
So one thing I used to do is, as a joke, I would port the blue source on upkeep, allow my opponent to move their draw step, and then port the other one, the non-blue land. It doesn't do anything, but it keeps them on their toes.
Disrespect is all that is.
Yes.
Watch them abrade us. Just like, oh,
If they abrade us, then that would stink. I would not be happy.
that would make me frown.
Don't misunderstand my words. I would not be happy.
Oh look, they didn't have a game action.
All right, we're about to and now it's a catch-22. It's like they want to wasteland the Rashad port, but they also don't want to. And now this Aether Vial is just going to take us home because we know they have Force of Will in hand. You deal. Float of Colorless. I guess they're hoping we're going to misclick this vial. I don't know.
Kind of want to Samwise that.
I don't think there's a reason to.
Keep
I mean,
your
we're
head
fine.
underwater.
What do you say?
I said, keep your head underwater.
Oh, yeah. All right, we will put this on 3.
Yeah.
Draw.
No.
All right, we're gonna hit that blue source, and
there you go.
I think our opponent doesn't
Get
want
out of here.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a draw, as they say.
I mean, that's the part of this deck that keeps people hooked, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's felt pretty good.
This is like this is like a classic 2017, 2018 Death and Taxes game. Our opponent just had cast a bunch of removal spells on little bitty creatures, but we're just so redundant that it doesn't matter, and eventually we just slip through the cracks. And
Orc
they get
army.
yeah.
Literally 19.
They died. It's the non-permanent token it gets you.
Yeah.
It's not even on its own card.
Yeah. Get worked over.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like this 60. I don't really have much else to say. We have yet to cast Thoughtseize.
Yeah, I'm honestly, it'll probably get them.
Yeah.
They're just not like, why would they think anything of it? We've shown
So
them
I will say this, and
opposition. We've shown them the Thoughtseize or the Bowmaster. I mean,
that hand's stinky.
It was Thoughtseiz's time in the sun. They
Yeah,
had
I
it
said we
down.
didn't see Thoughtseize. This deck said, "I'll show you." Okay, this hand's serviceable.
This is fine. I think we have to put back the Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
Sucks, but
Oh well.
whatever. I'm not married.
But as you can see, this kind of, I don't want to brag too much because I mean, for all we know, we might just shit the bed this week. But we're already starting to see one of the. If you had an argument to go back to 60 card, it's the fact that if you look at our hands, they've consistently had the same cards every time. We've had Thalia, we've had Stoneforge Mystic, We have Mother of Runes. We just naked Druid Lion Sash, so I will say this though, they went basic island in their 5-color deck. Ponder. So well, they tap the land and then Mr. Reinforce. They might just snap off Bowmasters here. Yep. Okay. That's fine. We go Rashad and Port Thalia, and then
Oh.
sad days.
How do you like first strike, opponent?
Yep.
Not so cool now that you already played your Boastmaster. Please don't play another one. I'm gonna get so mad at you for playing 80 cards and having so many multiples.
And they had triple bolt last time, so I
Yeah.
mean, can't put it past them.
Unfairly mad at them. I'm sure they were like, I had triple bolt. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Would have loved any of those to be other spells.
Because who would have thought the most broken part about Orcish Bowmasters is
Ooh,
putting in the
we're
1/1.
getting
If they
whooped.
go Bowmaster's Wasteland, that would be sick. Absolutely sickening.
They didn't attack.
Okay, cool. All right, well, Iganjo, Stoneforge, I suppose.
I mean, if they don't have a red source, this is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. The one thing I will say that's busted about this deck is you have to imagine they run Lorien revealed.
Do I get Jitte?
The problem with GT is if they kill Stoneforge Mystic, it's like really hard to cast because of Thalia. The same thing would be same is true with Cauldron Complete. Cauldron Complete could potentially come down and hit the ground running and deal damage, whereas GT would take 2 turns.
I'm gonna try and get under them. We'll see.
I think we swing in. If they had another Bowmasters, they would have done it. Yeah, taste it.
Good luck, opponent. God. Why?
They're going to grab Loam.
Saw a D&T list in the Moto challenges.
Well, they have to
playing
have a
Sarah
fetch
as
land.
injured.
And
Yes.
this
yes,
is
it
essentially
was. It is a wacky one. It also plays Extraction Specialist. It's like that's the way it wants to play. Is just have that card attacking every turn.
So obviously, Life from Loam isn't ideal, but we do have Lion Sash, and if they Life from Loam here, okay, that is really awful. My goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, that is an moment. But if we draw land here, we can just cast Lion Sash, eat their Life from Loam. Or is that Life from Loam in the graveyard? What are they?
They dredged it. They dredged it.
Dredged it. Okay.
Man.
It's not. It's bad, but they're also extremely low on ammo. They have 1 unknown card. So my guess is they'll probably Loam, grab back Wasteland, and yeah. So not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. If, like I said, if we get a land here,
Land, please. Or just yet another Thalia. Yeah, I mean it's been so good so far.
yeah.
We'll just keep
Life from
running
Loam
them
would just
out.
Life from Loam would. Now the only issue is they're probably gonna fire away Wasteland.
Yeah, but I mean I can't.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it. I promise, chat. We will play. We will play against a normal deck, but round 1 we played against Nick Fit / Allurin, and this round we're playing against 5-color Strifo Pile. Yep.
Yeah, Nugan. My thought process at least was if I have Thalia in play, they can't use the punishing fire. And then this turn I can try and put Sash down because it's a creature. Uh, just kind of like if we lose if we don't get a land anyway kind of mentality.
We're gonna grab that basic planes and play Lion Sash, and then
But you're
this
right.
is the
I
turn.
should have opened with Sash and hit the. Because then, with their sequence the way it was, right, I could have hit Loam Punishing Fire this turn and been much better position. Yeah, I will say losing with this deck isn't fun.
Yeah, it can be a slow burn.
Yeah. Like,
It's not one of
like
those.
if you're playing like, Shadow or something, you take yourself down to 5, right? You lose like very quickly through like a heated exchange. But this, I was at like 20 and was like, I don't think I can win anymore. Oh, they played the Badlands. They're not even interested in punishing fire. Oh,
Deck fade.
because
Yeah,
they're gonna steal my Lion Sash. I see.
my wanting to play this game has now ended. Now
Yeah.
we could.
I'm gonna see one more draw step. Let's see. Yeah. Do they eat dredge? Yeah, we're done here.
We're on the draw with this hand. It's not
I don't
great.
like this hand.
A one hand, one lander.
I don't
We're on
like
the
this hand.
draw, but yeah, we can ship it. We can obviously get instantly punished.
Significantly better, and I get to put a Cauldron back.
Yep.
Oh wait, this isn't better. Whoops.
Lands is it depends on the configuration. I think current lands
Well,
it
okay.
it can be
That's better.
good. If they're running like the old fashioned like punishing fire lands, like actively trying to put a tabernacle in play, it can be very hard.
Oh, we're playing against Pinsor.
I've never been a fan of the lands matchup as a Death and Taxes player. Oh, we're playing against this might be Death Shadow.
Do I concede here?
No, I think it's fine if they take away sword supply shares. That I think that snaps it off that Death Shadow. This could be the scam deck that Manguchi's been playing for a hot minute.
Well, I mean, you take swords because you're gonna scam this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's just swords either deck.
It's gonna depend on what they fetch. If they hit Underground Sea, I'm more inclined to think it's scam. If they get obviously Watergrave, then it's a telltale sign.
Oh, for sure. Opponent doing a lot of thinking about it though.
Or this just could be Reanimator with weird fetch lands, and then we cry. But the good news is, look at their hand. They're gonna have 2 cards in hand.
They're also gonna have
Like,
like a 3/2 minutes.
yeah, you have a 3/2 menace, but that's a
Yeah.
very slow
So
clock. And
scamming.
our deck is just full of answers.
Probably
All right,
take
yeah,
the
this is
Samwise.
scam.
Then we have no castable spells.
This is where we just rip source supply shares like a boss, though.
That'd be cool. Would enjoy. See that deck. That's more something I'm akin to playing.
Yeah, more proactive. That's
Just
a good draw too.
doing dumb shit.
Now, if they daze us here, that's
I
ooh,
mean,
oh boy, what a hand!
you got me. You got it. Yeah.
Holy crap!
No.
Well, they
Still
effectively have
not.
one
Still not
card.
gonna pay for it.
Nope.
Wish they would fix that bug. Uh, okay. Let's say when do the thing. Yes, yes. Good stuff.
Good draw.
If
Now, if they
we
daze us
continue
again, then
drawing spells that I can cast, I will continue playing the game.
all right.
Pay to
Now, if
play.
they don't remove this, then we're instantly I don't want to say in the driver's seat, but we're really good because
Yeah. Land Bowmaster. Just put me out of my misery. Nope. Just gonna get the easy damage. That's fair.
Okay. Uh,
No, so I can't respond. Ah, that was stupid. I should have responded and ate my Samwise. That way it was too big for the Bowmaster to kill it.
I mean, you can still do it. I
But then
kind of
I can't.
like
Then I can't play Mother.
yeah, I guess I think it's fine holding off for a bit, and then we can. I think we're in a good spot. I think we'll just pass, and then we can eat something if they want a Bowmaster response. Then we eat it again, and then or eat another. Yeah, eat it again, and then they just kind of. We're gonna outpace them eventually. Then we can double block with Mother of Runes. I mean, we can do a lot of insidious stuff. They just slam down whatever they're about to cast. Murktide.
I would
That's
too.
pretty good. Good news is if we can hit a land, Flicker Wisp is just nutty against that card. Um and okay. I'd probably play. Well, I guess if you want to keep the clock going, I probably would have just played Thalia there.
Take 8 down to 2. So I have to double block. Then that. Yeah, that was probably better to play the Thalia. Then I could just double block this turn and only not lose
Yep.
anything. Or well, I would still lose Sash, actually. This way I can double block and not lose Sash.
Well, the first strike damage would happen with Thalia.
Oh, well.
It's a moot point now. You get rid of that. All right. Well,
They would have had the mana for it. Sure. Oh, me potato salad.
show me a land. Even a fetch land will do. Or swords. Swords would also be really good. That counts. If they daze us here, well then, well, all right.
I
Don't
mean,
have much else to
we're
say.
still dead.
You yeah, that's true. Because yeah, that's whatever. All right. I still don't think that was a they. I think our opponent got very fortunate there.
Mm-hmm.
So
We're on the play. I like Thoughtseize.
yeah.
Very macabre. Surgicals.
Um.
Yeah, Fairy Macabre and Surgical seem fine. Palantir seems kind of okay. I don't
Well, so
know.
you have
Opening up,
to be
milling
careful.
my
There's a
stuff
good
into their reanimate seems pretty
that's the downside of that. That's why I kind of lean away from that.
Deafening Silence is kind of okay.
No, I don't like Deafening Silence. I like Containment Priest though. Containment Priest is really good. Um,
But it doesn't stop the first cast
it
of the.
doesn't. It doesn't, but it shuts off. It will shut off their reanimates for the rest of the game if it's in play.
Sure.
So I mean, if they do have the scam, they got us. But if they don't, they don't.
Warren seems
Um,
weak. Opposition Agent seems pretty weak.
yeah.
Oh, Masters seems like it would be okay. Uh, Sword's good. Wine Sash good. Samwise not as good.
I think we can cut a. We might can get away with cutting a Thalia, just because they're running the elementals. So
Yeah, we'll do it like that.
and is okay. Getting an active vial against these kind of decks are really good. Because if we get constrained on mana like last time, we can still just do stuff.
My only concern. Oh, okay. Concern answered. They just if they force us on this, we just can't play anymore.
Well, if they force us, we have Rashad Port to keep going to kind of slow them down as well. And if they force a Willis and have the scam draw like pitch, grief, reanimate, it's like, well, then they just drew up the perfect 7, and it looks like they're going to go for it here, but that's okay. They're probably going to take our 2 solitudes. That's my hot take.
Mm. Yeah, it would. It would hit those cycles. That's true. My concern is that they are probably doing that like turn 1, turn 2. Like it's just too
Yeah,
fast
it's
for
never, it's
opposition
never,
agent. But yes, it would hit those.
it would hit that. I just don't think it's very in this. It would be nice if that happened every time. I just don't think that's going to happen very often.
Debating just solituding this.
I think that's a fine idea. I mean,
I think
we'll be left with
we
nothing.
we get left with nothing or get left with 1 card. I think I'll just take getting left with 1 card.
Yeah. Because then next turn we can Rashad Port, then put it in Mother of Runes, uh, Wasteland them
I
if we have
assume
them.
they're gonna take Mom Solitude. I I just assume that's what's about to happen. If they take double Solitude after we let the grief stick, then they just have a bigger threat that they're protecting, and then that's bad too. Then Mom just doesn't matter at that point. But it is basic swamp, so they're not just like I'm gonna turbo Murktide or anything. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, much reanimate. Yep, yep, yep. All right. Let's peel something cool. Well, that is technically very cool.
It's not bad.
Just port.
Port go, and then hit their swamp. Yeah, and that's a perfect example of why opposition agent wouldn't be great. It would have just done it anyways. It would have already just fired it off.
Yeah. Well, the upside is if they're like too patient with this, we just get like the huge.
We'll get a big bowmaster.
Yeah, nigga. That's exactly why I was like, I'll just let them rip it apart. It's such a rock and a hard place in Legacy anyway. At least the like scam effects in Modern aren't that way. Like where it's like they have to do it right now or else. This they can just wait.
Yeah,
Pick up
that is a delicious draw.
card I like. Just keep doing the same thing. I guess I'm gonna port their island this time, just to try and maybe I have to keep porting the swamp because if they like just
Yeah,
reanimate Solitude, that's terrible
it's
for us.
hit the. Yeah, I like hitting the swamp.
Jail. Jail.
I don't play with Palace Jailer very often. Oh my. Okay, never mind. I got excited. I don't play with Palace Jailer very often. The so one of my qualms against that card is it's very win more. Like you're probably gonna already win the game you play it with. That's fine. Deal. You're probably gonna win anyways, so it doesn't like accomplish a whole lot. Um, what do you think about playing bowmasters and smacking their grief?
I want them to attack with grief, and then I'll do it. Shoot their bowmaster, double block the grief.
Yeah, nice little 3-for-1 or 2-for-1, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, if they just reanimate grief, then well, we got. But
I mean, they haven't shown me another land yet.
well, they got it off of Troll, right? I think.
Yes.
But 2 threats down. All right. Well, they just didn't play the land. Okay.
We're on our way.
Yeah.
One more white source, and we can play this palace jailer. It's amazing at breaking open stalemates, especially in the mirror. Yeah, I liked. We had a really good spot where we like kind of just pinched out Alurin. I don't know if you were watching that, but it was all just because we could do palace jailer shenanigans. Oh, whoops! I moved out of upkeep. Maybe it'll terrify them.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll just intimidate them. Maybe I want them to reanimate their thing so I can evoke the solitude. Or they just won't have anything. That'd be cool
Yeah.
too.
I mean,
Be nice if they just drew like brainstorms and were too scared to cast it and stuff. That'd
I
be
think we should have just end a turn ported their swamp.
in case we draw a white source, I guess.
Well, not even just that. Like it for either force them to bowmaster or they would do it right then, and that's a fine draw too, I guess. Like
This is so dumb. I liked when Death and Taxes was splashing Urza Saga.
I still splash Urza Saga. I literally use it just because it's 4 more copies of Aether Vial.
Well, yeah, in the Orion, that's for sure.
Um, this orc army is about to go all the way, baby.
Probably. Like I imagine they just have like 6 dazes. The whole hand. Just Daze City. Like, come on, just cast something. Just cast something. I guess it's not going all the way anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have like I believe it's like 14 2-drops in the deck. So I was keeping it at 2 because we don't have a black source for these bowmasters and stuff, but we have not drawn another white source. So
I think
I'm starting to feel bad about that choice. But that was the logic anyway. It's like, I mean, if I'm just pinging you every turn, we can do that. But it's like, I am more than happy just pinging you down.
did we take out Thalia? Did we keep her in? I think we
Kept
shaved
a couple
one.
in.
Yeah.
Now, see, I'm about to tick up because I'm like, oh well, play with the cards in hand, and then I'm gonna peel a
Yeah.
bowmaster or something and
We'll
just
draw a
drown.
Flicker Wisp here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
That's fine.
not as bad. Yeah. Daze it. Daze it again. Daze it again.
No, I think they're gonna. Oh,
Let
okay.
it resolve?
I mean, they
Kill
might
it
have
dead.
another one.
Finally, a use for this bowmaster.
Yeah, that's probably what they were thinking. They're like, that's fine.
Yeah. At least keep them from having the choice, I guess. Sure. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He got a
Yeah, you just
bald head. How could you not play with that guy, Josh? Keep the
I
island, put it
tell you,
down
as
because of
someone who has
Murktide.
played
Sure.
as someone who has played Death and Taxes for the greater part of 5 years, I've lost way, and other Death and Taxes players will agree. I know XCloud, I was talking to him about it. You will lose a lot more games with that card than win it. I mean, yes, it's good in the mirror and it's good against like the grindy control decks, but
Mm-hmm.
like again, if you play against the
Hey,
actual decks of the format like
hey.
Delver and stuff, it's going to be so bad. Because then they're just going to take the Monarch and then the Howling Mine, they just run away with it. Although it could be good now. I mean, there are definitely times where the card is better. It's better at times than others.
Yeah, I mean it's a one of.
Like,
Like I'm not
like
like I'm slamming 4 of them, but
because like when Oko was around, that card was so unplayable, it wasn't even funny.
well, yeah,
Like,
that was a different world, different time.
I mean, and in fairness, I guess you could say Oko made a lot of cards unplayable. But I remember when I played against, I
Everything
brought
was
it.
unplayable with like a
Yeah,
fact.
that's why I said that, Nugent. Don't worry. I was like, it made everything unplayable, but I bring that up because I remember I took that to a tournament, and it was the first time I'd ever encountered Oko. But I was like, okay, this is just a do nothing control deck, mid range pile, and so I slammed down Palace Jailer, and then I just look to the side and I see like 4 3/3s that just came out of nowhere, and then I stopped playing Legacy for a bit. I was like, I'm not gonna play until that card is gone.
Standard was booming because they had banned it there first.
Well, so do you remember? I don't know if you played Standard back then, but they actually didn't initially ban it. There was a BNR announcement. They didn't ban or I'm sorry, not Uro, Oko rather. That card became like $80
Yeah,
overnight.
yeah, they felt it was too close to the Pro Tour and they didn't want to like ruin, the
Like
format defining impact that the Pro Tour has.
Standard, if I remember correctly, in chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. Standard was so rough that SCG actually took Standard off their docket for the Invitational. They replaced it with Pioneer, which was still in its like infant stage at the time.
Yes. Okay. I think we probably take this and
I think we
then
eat it.
Palace Jailer if they don't
Yeah,
give us something else.
I agree.
We have Murktide licked. Like that card is covered. We're porting and trapping blue sources. We're got 2 ways to kill it. Like doing all
It's one
right if
damage.
that one. Murktide?
That would make me happy.
Fine.
Doesn't matter. We have literally 3 answers to Murktide in our hand, so kill that. And the good news is it doesn't come back after they take that.
Get out of here, Orc Army. Get
Yeah.
out of here. Nobody likes you anymore. You only got like 8 points of damage in on me.
I hope they please stifle it. Okay.
Whoa. That's a good card. Uh
Probably polluted Delta. Well, I'm always bad with these cards.
if I show him a Murktide face up, they're gonna be really incentivized to take whatever's face down.
Yeah, so like that's why I was thinking like Murktide Fatal Push might entice them, but that's also really bad news because they have 5 cards in hand. So obviously showing Murktide. I suppose Murktide. Yeah, Murktide. Yeah, 2 Murktide face up I think is fine.
Yeah.
And I look down and Nugent
Yeah.
agrees.
Yeah. It's pretty
What they take?
straightforward. Like, they haven't chosen
Oh,
yet. I think they're debating, like, huh?
yeah.
You would give me 2 Murktides, eh? They did take the double Mercs.
Alright, seems good. I was really hoping they would take the other one. It's like, ha! Got you, you
I actually
fool.
didn't want them to because it gives them the revolt
Yeah.
for my. All right, got to take this up to 5, even though we only have one more 5-drop in the deck because we
Yeah,
don't
but it's
have
in
any more
hand.
4-drops.
Smack. All right. Well, we're just gonna go to town with these wastelands. Just smack, smack, and now it's doubtful that they will be able to cast a spell for the rest of the game. So, I mean, yes, Murktide. They will. Well, actually, no, because
Yeah,
because they
yeah,
specifically
yeah.
have swamp. So
Flicker Wisping the Vial is hopefully going to happen. We'll see.
that's a card that probably will not resolve. I imagine their hand is full of permission, but we have our clock in play. We have twice the amount that orc army was.
Oh,
There we
look.
go.
they,
All right. So
they did all that damage, and we're like,
yeah.
okay, I can't win.
It's like every Rocky movie. Like we just took a beating for like 9 rounds. Our face looks like mashed potatoes, and when we finally get our threat in play, um, okay,
Adrian.
and that is true. They do only play one of each basic.
Kind of like switching out a Stoneforge for a Thalia, or maybe even Council's Judgment.
I
Uh-uh.
like Council's Judgment. It's removal. Um, the only thing is, I do believe they'll probably bring. If they didn't have days, I wouldn't be surprised if they took out days on the draw, but bring it back, put it back in their deck on the play. So
I'm bringing Thalia.
it's hard to say. Stoneforge definitely looks kind of stinky when they just grief you. So
Yeah, I did the switch. Whatever. We'll run it. I think that's like very minute. Neither of those cards are what's going to swing this matchup our way.
yeah.
I guess the like defense of Stoneforge is it doesn't just die to Bowmaster.
All right, the hand's fine. It's kind of the anti-grief hand. They have to either take both vials, take our removal, or take our Thalia. So hopefully they'll mulligan to an Oblivion and they don't have a grief start.
They kept 7,
Okay.
but they didn't start with grief. So
Nope. What an
but they
idiot.
did also open with basic island, which to Nugent's point, they only run one of each, so
They're only one.
their fetches are looking
I want to say,
slightly
and
worse.
Nugent, if you're still in chat, let me know if I'm correct. I want to say there was a player at last week's Legacy turn, the ALL. I want to say there was a player actually playing Scam. I don't know how good they or how well they did, but I know they were playing with Porky, like in just little for fun games. I don't know if that's what he played in the main event in like the ALL, but I did see it. I know Mangucci is like all over this deck.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
I played it when Mingucci did his stream of it. I mean, it's good. It does what modern does, which kind of is just the tone for Legacy right now. Thanks MH2.
I wonder if this deck brings in because I know I did with Death Shadow. I wonder if they brought in Null Rod in the sideboard.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool, and so it makes me. I'm thinking that's why I'm debating on if we should just shove Thalia, or if we should just play another Aether Vial. If we play another Aether Vial and they slam down Null Rod, it's pretty bad. But I guess that's playing out of fear of something that we don't even know. Huh? They are digging.
Yeah, they're getting all their cantrips out before we
Yeah,
represent a
before they can get
Bowmaster. Makes
before they
sense.
can get old Bowmaster.
Or Thalia. Either way, they don't want to play into that.
Yeah, sure. Makes me wonder though if they're doing that now. Do you think that could suggest they may not have any permission? It's not like I don't think we would play any differently, but
Well, it's just we have a vial sitting, so you know, get the best possible hand, and then Bowmaster doesn't matter because then they just answer it with theirs or whatever, right? So
let's see.
boop. I'm assuming by doing that they just don't have grief. They have like reanimate, no grief.
Yeah, they might have been digging. Decent draw. Or nothing.
Probably just run out the vial, and if they don't daze, I want to waste them.
Yeah. Wabam. Please don't null rod us. We didn't do nothing.
If that's what they're going to use their whole turn for, I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah.
Flicker Wisp with a null rod eventually.
It would just make this game. It would just
Damn.
make this game very annoying.
Oh, well, that makes it very annoying. They
Yeah,
found their grief.
that too is also very annoying.
Take Thalia Flicker Wisp. Leave me
That
with
would
the
be my
solitude
choice.
you hope to race. Maybe just leave me with the Flicker Wisp, honestly. Just like, we'll
Well,
Bowmaster
if
it
they have
whenever it comes
Murktide
down.
here, if they have Murktide here, they may actually just I mean, heavily dependent on their hand, like every discard spell. They just evoked. They were no reanimate yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they didn't have to. They had the Murktide. The requisite. Oh God.
That's a draw.
Sweet.
And now we violin Thalia.
This will force the Bowmaster if they
Yep.
happen to be sitting on one. Brainstorm, sure.
Smart. It makes sense.
Punish.
I mean, they were gonna.
Please, why couldn't you be Bowmaster? Why are you Flicker Wisp?
Yeah.
Man, it's almost like I should be playing 4 of them there, Bowmasters. It's like that card's probably just the best thing to be doing in the format or something. It's like the power level of Bowmaster reminds me of what Baleful Strix used to be in the format, where like you kind of just
think
start a deck with Baleful Strix is probably fine.
so. Chad Harney had a very good tweet a while back. Chad Harney, the grinder from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
He said that the biggest problem with Bowmasters is like the prisoner's dilemma that it creates, where you have to like the best answer for it is another Bowmasters, but like 80% of the time it feels it's just a raise the alarm.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it's that much of a problem. I know some people who were just like incensed about that card. And I think that's, you know, depending on what deck you play, I'm sure it's fair. I watched Bryant Cook once cast a Peer into the Abyss with Storm. And on the stack, their opponent cast Bowmasters, and he took like 34 damage or something like that from the Bowmasters. It was wonderful.
So my thought process is they are nursing a Bowmaster to try and get value. And we drew that waste, which was pretty lucky. but they had the troll, so they just didn't use it yet. And so I'm
I,
trying to wait until I can port down and then put Thalia in and control them with ports. Which is why I'm pausing here. Like, do I just go ahead and force that line of play, or do I just wait until I can flicker wisp in response and save my Thalia?
I think there's no rush to do anything right now. I mean, if you didn't do it if you didn't do it then, I don't think we're incentivized. I mean, the battlefield is literally empty on their side, so
Yeah, but that favors them to
and we're at
Nuge's
20,
point of like
so
us just probably giving them too many turns, letting them see too many cards. Huh,
hello.
cool.
Yep.
Um,
My Palace Jailer slander is about to go away.
yeah. Uh,
I kind of like going port pass, port their land, and then still on their upkeep, Vile Thalia in. I think that's a reasonable line. And I agree. I think a longer game favors us. I think where they get us is kind of like in that game one where they punk us
where
out with
they
like
just blast us. Yeah.
yeah. So
Go to jail. God, I wish I could punish them with a bowmaster. They
yeah,
just keep
never
slamming this
lucky.
shit in
We
there.
never get what we want.
Yeah, they just keep slamming this shit in there. It's crazy.
I tell you what, if we get one more match with Palace Jailer, that's good. I'll play it at Eternal Weekend. How about that, guys?
There you go.
There you go. You
I
heard
mean,
it
the
there,
card's
new.
good. Like, I don't think
Oh
anybody
yeah,
disagrees with
like I
that.
said, I
It's
think it's
just,
good. It's just in my experience, it is very flippy. And the Death and Taxes mirror, it is hot. It is absolute nonsense. All right, now still on their upkeep. I think we do it. Because now we can protect it with Flicker Wisp. I mean, we're good, clean, easy living.
yeah, I'm kind of debating if I should have Marsh Flats fetched. Oh man, my
Darn
Palace,
it! Now we have to play more Magic.
my Palace Jailer. That was what was gonna win the game.
Yeah.
uh,
Now we have to be careful, and I really hope this isn't a moment where I kind of like where what I said comes to fruition, because there is a world where they reanimate our Palace Jailer, and then everything goes to shit very quickly.
no, they're not casting reanimate this turn. Hopefully, they have missed 2 land drops in a row. So
Yeah, they would have to have reanimate and a land in their 3-card hand.
damn it.
That ain't it.
No, but that takes care of mine. Damn it. Why are we both fighting to nothing? Quit it.
I will say this though, as long as we have Flicker Wisp in our grip, if they ever do, I mean, this is playing scared, I admit, but if they ever do reanimate our Palace Jailer, we can just Flicker Wisp it, and then instantly become the Monarch again. So some old 2017 Death and Taxes tricks.
I guess just not do anything because they
Yeah,
got Palace Jailer.
3 and 2 is yeah
Hey,
delicious. Where were
there he
you
is.
4 turns ago?
Yeah, this game could have been over.
All right, now I think we just port their swamp.
Just hold. Just
Yep,
sit
hold,
still. Just sit
hold.
still. Uh,
Okay,
okay.
deal. You got her.
I'm gonna bring in the Flicker Wisp.
Yeah, I agree. That's fine too.
I'm gonna try and shut the
It
door on
takes
the
away
game.
the token because
Yes,
correct me
and
if
then
I'm
I get
wrong.
to
They like you
get
said, it
the
has to deal
Bowmaster with my
damage.
Bowmaster. That is correct.
Okay.
As we learned with Leovold.
Oh yeah, that's right. We had like 7 triggers, and none of them. It didn't even matter. Um.
Finally. Hey, Ari, thank you for the raid.
What, friend?
Welcome, raiders.
Okay. Yep. Talia comes back. We hit their bowmasters, and this one it's gonna be. I don't want to say it's over, but the advantage bar is on our face right now. And seeing that our opponent conceded, I think the advantage bar is definitely in our favor.
Yeah, we did it
All right.
for the Raiders and for Dunham.
Are we on the play?
We are. This seems good.
Hang good. Hang good.
I'm a little worried about like getting wastelanded, but I think I just go Caracas Mom.
Well, we
Try to
have.
hold that I have a black splash as long as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Oh, they mulliganed to 6. Good.
yay! What idiots. I'm just kidding.
Even better.
Yep.
Caracas Mom. Concession?
Yep. Chat. What are your thoughts on in Pioneer when you mulligan to when you mulligan to 5 and then your opponent thought seizes you turn 1? What goes through your head when that happens?
Probably.
Oh no!
Cool.
Oh,
We have a very good hand against this, I
it's a
will
fine
say.
hand. I mean, I will say, opposition agent, unironically, might rock their world here. I like going. I probably would have. No, never mind. Sorry, I didn't see Thalia. That's the alternate. That's the Innistrad art, the other art of her rather. But oh, they might just actually go land pass, and if they do, I might we might have another clip moment.
I'm about to bust.
Yeah.
Mazevith, boo! This is lands. Straight up.
It could be Cloud Post still. Cloud Post it has in the past
Oh, do
ran
they tech
Mazebot.
a Mazevith? Is that the
Yeah.
Huh. I
So
kinda want to
it's
port,
not uncommon.
but I will set up the sweep play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you should swing with Thalia. Yeah. Make them do it.
But Mazevith doesn't tap for mana.
It is not. So fun fact, that's one of the small like 2 reasons Giver of Runes was actually marginally better than Mother at one point, just because you could give pro colorless.
Please, opponent. No.
No, our opponent. Well, we can wasteland them. We can actually we don't. Yeah, we can wasteland them, and then
Do we waste the Ith or the Cloud Post? Kind of like
good
getting off
question.
Cloud Post.
I know. So they have more. Obviously, they have more. I think they may only run 1 Maze of Ith. So for that reason, you might
Right,
want to do that.
Wastelands for the Cloud Post. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, Newton said that.
No,
Maze,
you're good.
you said they
I think
playing multiple Maze?
I would snap off the Cloud Post just off principle
Yeah,
because they're going to use the expedition map to find another Cloud Post, and that's where we just get jiggy with this opposition agent, which
no.
they're going to do right now, anyways.
Ooh.
That's okay.
I guess same difference, kind of.
They would have had 4 mana, and those Cloud Posts would have produced 4 mana total. Now they don't. So.
Uh, yep. Hanging on out.
Yeah.
Do it. Crack the map. Crack it. Crack the map. You want
I know
to.
you want to, opponent.
Okay. Do you just not have to? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Oh
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Delicious, tasty, high in calcium.
It's why we play this. It's what we
That's
wanted
why
to
we
do
play this
the whole
deck. Now
time.
we can go get we can literally go get any land.
Ugh.
Boom.
This whole deck list was, man, I think Opposition Agent's cool. I want to play Opposition Agent again, but I don't want to play the same. Oh, we win! Yeah,
Yay!
taste it.
Oh,
Wins
this
the
card is delicious.
match. Yes.
I was here. Oh, we won the match.
Oh,
That man just shattered his computer.
I made someone quit this game. This seems okay. It doesn't have Vial, which kind of sucks.
I like it on the play. Turn 1 Mother of Runes on the play always feels good. Again, if we play, well, I mean, we have Thalia if it storms. I mean, I like it. It's a good mix.
They kept 7 as well. Plains Mom.
I just love how our opponent just had no more. They wanted no more of this league.
We were probably like the third Death and Taxes player. And they
Like,
put
I'm
him through
going to
something and they're like,
bed.
I'm done with this. Oh.
Okay. Is this
Is
another?
this scamming again?
This might be a scam again. And if that's the case, I kind of like slamming down. I like slamming down Thalia. If they daze it, they're still behind.
And it's the redundant card, which is why I liked it as
Force
well.
of Will, huh?
Get a Brazen Borrower out of there. Okay.
We got more where we have more where that came from with
Wait, is
old
this
Olia. I think Scam runs Brazen
Brazen
Borrower.
Borrower? It's got to be the scam list, unless it's a really weird Death and Taxes.
Yeah. Oh, please reanimate it so we can swords it.
Nice.
Hmm. Now we draw a land, then we swords plus Stoneforge. Okay, well.
Hmm.
That's an awkward draw.
I kind of want to take 6. Kind of want to just get a Thalia and play.
Well, I mean, you want
Stoneforge now. That's kind of where I'm at too. I'm like, I'm kind of okay taking 6.
I think Stoneforge now, they have 3 cards in hand. We have an answer for their troll at any time. Thalia is good, but like I don't think they even care. It's on their side. They've already cast enough spells. They have
Jesus.
double force will. Now I feel really good about this. So now our removal spell is definitely going to resolve, and we're okay.
Yeah, and I mean we're beating the crap out of them.
Yeah.
They get an attack for 6, and we're still ahead on life total. So, you know. I hope we peel another Stoneforge. I would like to get this Cauldron in. Kind of just insane. Alright, so they pitched a Lorien. Is their last card Murktide? That would be gross. No. Okay.
That would be kind of stupid, but
They moved to Instep, which pleases us.
I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world because we could recruit her for Solitude.
Well, eventually, maybe one day.
Yeah, assuming we get a third land. Getting the third land has
I am playing
been
23 lands. It's
getting the third
quite a
land has been an
high,
endeavor tonight.
quite a high land count for just mostly curving out at 2. Opponent unsure of what they want to do. There we go. Hey.
Yay! Kill him now, or exile them. That card is exiled.
It's exiled. Days? Is Days your last card? Okay. Is
I am
Bowmaster
curious to
your
why they
last card?
It's probably Bowmaster. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
curious why they
great.
were pausing so long. That's fine.
All right, they are out of cards.
Yeah.
We just need to go get something good, like our own Bowmaster. Or probably a Stoneforge missing, honestly.
Probably a Stoneforge.
Oh.
Well, never mind. Now we get to
All
save it for
good.
a rainy day.
I play this one.
And now we get the card that rhymes with Bumazawa's Bite. And now our opponent has a literal draw step. They're probably gonna get Mystic Sanctuary, put back where they have Force of Will. That doesn't even do anything. Fatal Push, that makes sense. That's okay.
Stop resisting.
Yeah. Why won't you die?
Okay, but for real though, do I go? So I'm probably recruiting unless we draw something amazing.
I don't recommend Flicker Wisping their Bowmaster.
Thanks. I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
I
Flicker
like
Wisp the
getting.
token actually isn't bad.
It's not bad. I like going ahead and just getting Recruiter.
Yeah.
Because we can also flicker wisp a Murktide.
What do I get? I kind of want. I kind of literally do want the Bowmaster,
Bowmaster seems fine.
but
It
then
provides an
Stoneforge
answer to both.
actually opens up my hand, which is probably a more
Well, it opens up half your hand
patient.
because we
Yeah,
can
and then I'm
realistically.
probably just getting Stoneforge again.
That's
It,
fine. I mean,
it
Bowmasters isn't
gets
the
me Line
worst clock in
Sash.
the world. Lion Sash would end the game quickly, also, because then we can
Yeah.
actually cast it, and then it becomes way too big, and then Bowmaster's pretty much moded. And if our opponent doesn't draw anything great here, it's looking good for the good guys. Yep. Cool. Nice. So
Mm,
we can Lotus Petal the Caracas, and then if you want, we can go Stoneforge.
Stoneforge, get Line Sash, Lotus Petal the Caracas, play the Jitte. That way I don't open up Line Sash to Bowmaster.
Yeah. That was my thought. You do that, and I apologize. I was thinking, but yeah, I would do that, and then Lion Sash can take over the subsequential turns.
Jesus.
That's fine.
Really?
I mean, it's annoying, but right now our
The
opponent's
turn
just playing
the
the
turn 7 days got value. I'm very
yeah.
annoyed.
What would be really annoying here is if they just on curve played their fourth land and griefed us.
Well, it's
That would be like
they got to take their Mystic Sanctuary back up. So that's what I'm
yeah.
actually mad about. Is they just get to get Fatal Push or Reanimate or whatever they want. Reanimate the oh, actually,
Well, we
they
have
don't have
Lion
another
Sash.
troll, so they'll probably get push.
Well, about to
Cool.
say if they get reanimate, if they don't have a cantrip, it's not that big of a deal because then we'll just get Lion Sash. Did they get Fatal Pushback? Okay.
They did.
Okay, about to say if they got reanimate, we have Lion Sash that they know about, so not a huge deal, I don't think. Yeah, Fatal Push this. Caleb, did I tell you the story? I was playing at I was playing at NRG St. Louis, and I was playing in the Classic with Death and Taxes. It was the 80 card version, and I played against Death Shadow, and I put the Cauldron Complete in play, and then I tapped it, like I put my knuckle on it, and like tapped it to signify the living weapon trigger. I reach into my deck box to get the germ, and my opponent looks at me in the face and says, "You didn't declare living weapon trigger." Literally, I was stunned. I didn't know what to say.
Oh, look, we win.
Oh
Cool.
yeah, I mean you get Cauldron Complete out
Who
against decks like
who'd have
that, you
thought?
win. Yeah. Who would have thunk it?
All right. I like Very Macabre. I like
Very macabre. Containment Priest.
Tainment
I
Priest
mean,
is
a
pretty
lot of
good.
what we brought in last
Well, we're on the
round.
draw this time, so I kind of don't like Containment Priest.
Containment Priest on the draw is stinky. But I like I do like Containment. So Containment Priest is actually not that bad because when you get in, like the mid game, it's not bad. Um, Obviously Surgical is good.
Loran's doo doo.
Yeah, Lorraine has done absolutely nothing for it. Well, we also haven't seen it, so
Well, we had
who am
the
I?
we had the out against the Lurin. We could have recruited
Yeah,
it, but
who am I to
they
judge?
conceded. So
I think we can trim. Let's see
yeah, it's really just it makes a
about
slow
trimming.
draw.
So the trick is with the mono white version, if you have Spirit of the Labyrinth, it becomes
Yeah,
It becomes unsymmetrical rather.
yeah. Out
Um,
here.
no, because they'll reanimate our shit. We do not want that. Um,
This is probably okay. I think that's all I want to bring in on
what
the.
about Opposition Nation? Do we even like that card? Okay, we need one more. Maybe Athalia or trim Athalia, or I don't know.
I'm gonna get rid of Samwise. We'll just
Sure.
we'll kind of slim down our toolbox because we know exactly what we want to do. Spirit just unplayable with Bowmaster. Or does D&T consider it if the Beans list gets popular? I think if you over respect Bowmaster, you are going to build a worse deck,
I
right?
agree.
It's like yes, if they get it, that sucks. But it puts the pressure on them to find it without using any cantrips. So
The
I think it's reasonable to have it in your list. I don't obviously I was like I can do without it, but I don't know that that's right. This is just a deck that I put together off of my
Typically
knowledge of the format.
the reason 80 card Yorion runs Spirit Labyrinth is because they have the slot to do it. Death and Taxes went through a phase where it didn't play Spirit, and then when people realized Yorion piles were really good with Death and Taxes, then they started to slide them in. So typically, what I've found is Spirit of the Labyrinth will die for the sins that your Thalia and your other cards will commit later. So
Yeah, having a lightning rod isn't too bad.
it's like it almost feels like a 2 mana. What's the name of that card that they play in mono white and Pioneer? Uh, it's the 1 mana 2/1 that you name a
Dauntless
creature.
Bodyguard.
Yeah, it's basically a 2 mana Dauntless Bodyguard a lot of the time.
Okay, we got the swamp. So now it's do you bowmaster my mom or do you reanimate your troll? Fatal Bush, okay. Sweet. Lucky for me, I've got another
Mm-hmm. But if you like that opponent, you'll love this.
one.
Um, Part of me kind of likes going Thalia. Gum up their hand. They may brainstorm in response, but I mean, whatever.
Well, I mean, if they bowmaster this, that's their whole turn again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, time walk them.
As we have shown, that's not good enough.
No, and I wholeheartedly agree with what you said earlier, Caleb. Where Death and Taxes went from a phase where I didn't think it was that good because of Bowmaster, but the more I started to play, a lot of decks started to lazily build their deck towards like, oh, it has Bowmasters. Death and Taxes matchup is great, and that draw was good too. But
Yeah, I'm kind
I
of
think we go
tempted to
Wasteland. We go Wasteland, Stoneforge Mystic, and then Wasteland the Undergrounds.
because you told me to.
Ooh, they're gonna opposition agent us? Okay, never mind. I got scared. I got spooked. I got spooked. I was like, I guess we'll just not fetch, not search.
Man, do I just get totally blown out if they have a daze here?
Let that resolve. I mean, So I mean, there's no just let that happen. Stoneforge will resolve, and part of me because they have they'll force will. That is my goodness, that exchange is pretty decent for us. Now we can wasteland their underground sea, and if they have a Murktide to follow all this up, then whatever. I mean, for a hand that didn't and we probably should have waited for all the spells to resolve so they couldn't just daze in response. But for all of those, I mean, for a hand that had no card draw or hand
I
sculpting,
I wanted
that
them
would
to
be
use the
insane.
days once they also used force, but they did not.
All right, and now this is really good for us. Obviously, empty battlefield, an answer spell. Now we can curve out completely with Mother plus Rashad Port. I like where this is going.
Yay!
The old do nothing strategy. Port turns off reanimate. So
Yeah, I mean, there is a merit to like tapping down the island, but I'm just way more scared of their draws with the fatal pushes and bowmasters and stuff.
speaking of which,
Hey, cool.
neat. Now we might actually live the dream, Caleb. I'm hoping. I'm hoping they just come on. You know you want to end a turn, do it. All right, we'll port their black source again. Come on. Come on. You know you want to.
All right, this turn I'll start
Yeah.
going for probably
I like
bowmaster at the end
I like
step.
playing around days there. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm not giving them. No, they're gonna have to earn it.
Caleb got triple dazed in like the first game, and Caleb's like, never again.
They're gonna have to earn it. They don't play back to basics, do they?
No, a deck with 4 underground seas? No, absolutely not. These are probably the 2 only basics in their deck. A lot of times, Scam only runs 1 island, 1 swamp.
Come on.
That's my thoughts exactly. Come on.
I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
Hit
I know.
me. Aw. I probably swords that, huh?
Yes.
Man.
Well,
Man.
yeah, that makes things lame. I guess we just bowmasters and
I can
then
pro black the bowmaster at least.
yeah, they take the Thalia, or I'm sorry, they'll take the vial after the dust settles, but they're gonna brainstorm in response. Nope. Okay. You.
Pew.
And then in response, trigger on the stack, swords it. They got days.
Brainstorm in response.
Sure.
Yes, we played around that the whole
You
time.
got you got it, opponent. Guess what you win? You win a vial.
Player ponder. Ah, come on. Don't have Murktide. That'll be so disrespectful. Thank you. All right. All
I mean,
right.
I don't think
Now
it'd be that
now I
bad.
think I switch over to tapping down the island.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
Because they can't instant speed reanimate to like make my attacks bad. If they fatal push, I pro black. If they bowmaster, I pro black. Sure.
yeah. Nice grief. As we draw the replacement vial. The nugs of doom. Although I will say this, I think if they had Murktide, they would have played it. So
Probably lazy to not use the scrubland there. Just
Yeah.
a little bit of wastelandiness.
And here's the
Reanimate?
reanimate. Yeah.
Was a stranding or reanimate in your hand the whole time? Yes.
Get back a troll. Yeah, that's. I probably would have, and obviously hindsight is 2020, but well,
Never
never
mind.
mind. Unless they have force of will here, which whatever. Never, never punished. Never punished. Now I agree. We tap the island forever. Now, if
Delicious.
yeah, I will
Mm.
say,
Oh, I'm so hungry.
I will say that this is a good if you ever want to make the argument of why should you play 60 instead of 80, it's consistency.
Yes.
And I know people like to.
Oh shit.
That's not bad. People do like to overinflate the percentages where it's like since you're 80 cards, you will never draw what you need ever. But as you can see, we consistently had Vile, we consistently had swords. You know, there's a world where you play Yorion, you just get a bunch of goofball 3-drops. Can we get like another Rashad port? Aw.
No, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Now I tap down their blue. If they play a C, it gets blown up.
Yeah.
Like nothing's ever gonna. Nothing can hurt me to Dunham. Nothing can hurt me. Bulletproof. Nothing to lose. Fucking,
Blue source.
probably just gotta
If
keep
they reanimate something, they get a grief, and I don't even care.
another troll.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, now I care a little bit, but they get an underground C, and that's 100% wastelandable.
Well, I mean,
No
what
problem.
are they
They're gonna
gonna
hold
do?
it.
Like race me? Like, they're gonna try and race me with the troll? Like that's very scary to try and do.
Them playing the underground C is a little sus. We're just gonna end the turn wastelanding. I figured they would hold it.
Oh, that up. Bowmaster?
Yeah, that's the only thing.
What's you
Okay.
targeting? Me? Yeah.
So they're gonna have to target you because it would fizzle the token, or the token generation rather. Well, now the game got where we have to play it now. Never mind.
Oh no, we have to play some turns. Do we?
I think we're okay now.
Uh,
I think we should have held it. Well, I don't know because grief is gonna disrupt it regardless. Yep. Don't think we're alone now. We're not around. Put it on the token.
it's probably the token, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
Look at that. They didn't want to play him. They didn't
Why
want
do
to
they
play
want to
anymore.
play? Why do they want to play anymore? I
It
don't get
is
it.
the heart of the cards. I have
Did you
Hargit
like?
watching my stream.
Did
Of
you like
course
my
it's heart
S
of the
tier
cards.
response right there? You're like, oh man, we have to play more Magic. Never mind.
All right, here you
Just
go,
drew
you
the case.
savages.
Here you go, you gamblers. A reap, and I've
Intellect
never seen that card in my life.
and roll reversal. GG. This game's hard. Just peel everything you need. Scam's not very good when you just draw it off the top of the deck.
All right, so I would like to respond where Dunham says it's like watch the heart of the cards. And again, like I said before, when you're playing 60 card, you're gonna draw the cards you need very often. You're gonna draw what you need. I mean, obviously not as ridiculous as we did there, where it's like, oh look, swords. Oh look, Stoneforge. But it happens. It happens a lot more often than with Yorion.
Well, also, I'm sure
That was fun.
Dunham's memeing because he's watched my luck at every PPTQ ever.
Sure.
But Yeah, I mean, we did push that as part of the plan, right? Like we trimmed our one ofs, we trimmed our toolbox out so that it was just like four ofs,
Yeah,
right? We pressed that angle and tried to maximize that, and it paid off. So, you know,
yeah. I think this league, if you take a, and obviously it's fun to do revisionist history with leagues, but if you take out the two goofball decks, if you take out five color, uh, five color Nick Fit Allurin, and then the five color Strifo Yorion five color Strifo pile, we fared pretty well. I mean, those matchups also, I think, so typically when I play Death and Taxes, especially now, the Death Shadow matchups, Death Shadow and Scam, generally feel pretty good just because the redundancy. Like, yes, they took away a value creature, and yes, they may have taken away a removal spell, but your deck is like 75% that. It's removal, it's value creatures, it's toolbox, answers. Um, Aether Vial continues to be a very hard card to beat when it resolves and sticks. So yeah, I think this deck went well. I think we played fairly well. I think we may have made some marginal errors with the ports, but we didn't get punished because we were great at the game and we draw cards when we need them. So